If you cannot understand why coin is in the top 10, you need to shut the fuck up. If you cannot understand market view participating in, you need to shut the fuck up. If you cannot understand competitors' weaknesses, strengths, you need to shut the fuck up. If you cannot understand how to take their customers from them, you need to shut the fuck up.
One BTC and 32 ETH.
Welcome back, everyone, to 1 Bitcoin and 32 Ethereum. What a day, what a week, what a month. Rectember. On that note, meme of the week. Has it really been that bad, guys? Has it really been that bad? Right, yeah. People, we're
fucking kidding me.
We're going to have a look at our trades.
The kick in the balls, Sean, was
yes and no. I know you've made a pretty good trade over the last week. Let's have a look.
Jordan is not even smiling. He always smiled. Today's not even smiling.
Fuckers stole my unis, man.
I know.
Man. That's
Do you want to quickly tell us what's happened there?
There's some exploit backdoor in some shady DeFi farming stuff. Did some liquidity farming on Meow, and they figure that they kept the key open or something like that, and my Uniswap got disappeared and mixed. In one transaction, there was about like 14 or 15 wallets that all happened to. So I'm not the only numbskull that got taken advantage of. So, but it still hurts nonetheless. Easy come, easy go, I guess, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, Jordan, you're obviously one of the more sophisticated people. A lot of the audience certainly aren't. So we'll have a bit of a chat on that in a moment about what to maybe look out for these type of things. But first, let's go through the depression session with our trades of the week. Here we go, guys. So for me, people, obviously, we're starting off with an absolute clanger. My trade of the week was XDAI, the stake symbol. It's down heavily. Am I selling? Hell no. No, I do actually believe in this project, and therefore I'm holding. I wish I had more capital in this trading account to buy more, to be honest. So yeah, look, my overall wallet, Ampleforth, that other cruel mistress that I've been hanging on to for a number of weeks now, is actually up. One of the few that is for me. I'm determined to figure out how this thing actually operates, and you can follow that over the coming weeks. I ain't selling that. Axie Infinity. Thank you to Axie. That's my only other one that's up. As you can see, the rest are down. Prime XBT. I haven't actually done a lot with it this week. It's been a hard situation to enter into a trade, but I will be doing that in the coming week, moving out from exclusively copy trading into some of my own trades. Stay tuned for that, people. It's going to be super exciting. Okay, weekly trades. The other things that I did, I obviously Ampleforth, I've held that. Bonk, I bought a little bit more of. And what else did I do? I bought a little bit more of Uni, and that's not going well either. But I'm a believer in it long term. Definitely a hype cycle. Doesn't have a lot of use case to it, but I do think its current price is possibly another buy for me moving forward. Overall portfolio, look, yeah, it's been a tough week, but that's crypto. You got to take the good with the bad. I'm down, but I will be back. Jordan, you are up. Now, sir, how have you done? Talk us through it.
Well, it's the same as everybody else. Got a couple decent trades going, but my trade of the week right now is looking like a trade. But it was not made last week. That was from the week before. The trade of the week that I made last week was Last Man Standing, which is pretty much dead right now, and it's doing nothing, worth almost nothing, but at least it didn't rug. So that one, there's still a chance that it catches a bit of a hype cycle, and it will be like Christmas because it's gone, but it might come back. I doubt it. So the projects, our main projects. See, I'm a Sean. I bought some more bonk. Pomp is just kind of going sideways really badly here. Not really doing a hell of a lot. They released their mobile, but it's not really affecting the price. My overall, or my Prime XBT is still wrecked, completely zero. So yeah, waiting for a restock on that one. Might
yes, that is in fact happening. Thank you once again to the people at Prime for that. We can see how Jordan goes next time.
Maybe a little bit lower leverage, and maybe not. We'll see. I'll figure something out there.
100x.
Yeah, get some tips from Lisa. No, I was at 100x. Haha. So my Ethereum trades that I have going, my Chainlink. It's still a sideways here, a little bit down from my entry from pretty much the beginning of the show. So it's been a month-long hold. My Uniswap, down half of that because I sold half to chase some shit coins, which is, both failing. But I bought some Unitrade out of that, which is going quite well right now, actually up 30%.
Quite well, it's pumping.
It's fully pumping, and it's just starting. And the great thing about that is that it's going to offer dividends and staking. So it's going to make more Unitrades for me, which is extra great. So bonk, same thing. I'm making more bonk with my staking. And yeah, that's about it. I'm so glad I sold my DMG because it's just getting to be less and less and less and less and less.
No fan of DMG, obviously, Jordan.
So overall, bleeding week, but yeah.
Stefano, over to you, sir. What was your trade of the week? I'm going to guess it was probably Axie Infinity.
Of course it was Axie. The land is still appreciating. We got at 0.33. Last week it was at 0.45 or something like that. This week we're sitting at 0.61. So overall, I think we're gonna double in value pretty soon, which is
We already did 2x.
No, we got that at 0.33, 0.3 basically.
So your overall wallet, Stefan?
Yeah, but my overall wallet is it's still basically the initial one, so not a lot of changes happening over there. Bonk is still holding after the pump that it got since we got that. I'm still staking on pump, which is good because it's bringing in those extra dollars every single almost day at this point. So yeah, I mean the rest is down where we're all bleeding. On the Prime XPT account, not doing anything there, and I'm super happy about that right now. Looking at how you two are performing.
We're all intrigued to see your first move on that one. I suspect it's not far away.
Bet you can't stake your Bitcoin.
No, I'm fine on keeping that back there, and I just doing something whenever I feel like, which so far didn't happen because it's not the right time for that.
Been a tough market to pick on BTC and ETH for sure. So tell us about your other. So really, no other trades for you?
No, I didn't do any other trade. I'm still waiting. I mean, you see what is happening in the market right now. We're down on everything. My point would be yeah, I would kind of save some loss and moving on something like Jordan SA on Unitrade, but. Except for that, no point of moving anything. And overall, the portfolio is obviously down because the only two things that are keeping everything afloat are basically Axie increasing in value and the free pump that I'm receiving from staking. From there, we are bleeding at the moment. Let's be honest.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So we've got a new screen here, people, that we've put together. This basically shows all the projects that we've covered. We'll obviously update this every week. We don't actually have a review this week. We've got some fantastic projects coming up, though, so stay tuned for that. So look here. Here's everything we've ever covered. Obviously, we're full disclosure on what we've received from these projects. Thank you to all of them for supporting the show and giving us something to show the utility and obviously trade. So there you go. There's what we've got from them, and the current value, what they have done overall, and the gain over the last week. Obviously, it's been a tough week for most projects, but we see that Axi's done well. Bonk's had a decent week as well, but overall, Bonk and Axie are the ones that are up. Obviously, Pirate Chain also interesting that some of the
In the McAfee comp.
thoughts on that, guys. The fact we've had so much sort of what could be construed as an attack from the authorities on the crypto space with McAfee, with BitMEX, with the FSA in the UK banning derivative trading from early next year for our pommy friends. The privacy coins had a bit of a pump. Any correlation, do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, boom, it's a big bonk in the head for people like, oh, shit. Maybe I should be a little bit more discreet with this stuff. And I mean, McAfee's always talking about that. I own Monero and DAI, and that's it. Why? Because
yeah. I mean, look, just a very quick comment.
Didn't work too well over there, isn't it?
Well, he started doing that after he was dodging the taxes. That's the problem.
We've actually had John McAfee on the show a couple of times. I just want to say one thing. It has surprised me by the reaction of some in the crypto space that have torn the shit out of the guy. And then in the next sentence, they're flogging a bunch of coins. I don't quite understand how people do relish in other people's troubles. So it's a big fat fuck you to people that do that. That's what I have to say on that one. Moving on, Stefano.
What's that?
Tough week for so many people. Tough month. Give us your thoughts on how you approach these sort of times, your trading philosophy and mentally. How do you sort of look at these moments?
So, to be honest, like on my personal account, I've been buying today. I've been buying yesterday, and
you see it as a great opportunity.
they are very good opportunities. Now, I understand that like the big issues with that is that and it's a common mistake, like sometimes when you start trading, people like have, for example, 100, it doesn't matter the units, but just like let's take the number, and they want to allocate 100 immediately to whatever thing. They might like pick 5 different things, they might pick one, but they go in immediately with something like that. And, then you get weeks like this, and psychologically, you're feeling super bad, obviously, because your 100 might be 90 or might be stuck or might be blocked. And you're like, oh, damn, now I need to like put even more in, but you're scared because it might go low even more and so on. So I think that one of the things that I learned back in like 2017, like during the ICO and so on, is like, one, never be afraid of taking some profit out of trades that you have started. So if you're entering something and that thing is doubling, is doing a 10x and so on, don't wait for like that 100x. Take out something, gain back your collateral on some return, and then just like let it run if you believe in a project. Number 2, moments like these on projects that you believe in. Now, forget the trading for a second, but the things that like you really believe in are perfect. If you have a roadmap that you're trying to accumulate like 1,000 or something, 10,000 or something, and today is like on 20% on discount, that's amazing. So always having like some little, stable coin, it could be ETH, could be BTC, could be whatever thing that like you are able to use that and enter the market. And the other thing is that like the last piece, I would say that like this week, it's nothing. Let's be honest on this. It's true. We were used to like get that 100% return a year from DeFi and all of this stuff and so on. But like during the 2017 ICO waves, we see BTC going like from 20,000 all down to like 3,000 or whatever it was. Here we're talking about like projects losing like 20% max. BTC has lost like a couple of points in percentage. Like, you know, it's a relatively small situation. Like, I wouldn't be too worried about that. My daily usage of the blockchain, my daily trading, my activities and so on didn't change of a comma compared to like a week ago, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Jordan, your thoughts on...
I agree somewhat with what Stefano was saying. Well, I mean, a lot of it. But the one thing that I didn't really agree with was that, you know, it isn't just a week. You know, last week we were in the same situation, but the only thing that pulled us out was that bonk trade popping off, right? Last week was the same. Everything was bleeding pretty good. So it's been a couple of weeks now, back to back, where we're not seeing a lot of anything. So, you know, you start tacking together 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, right? If you see the returns on the DeFi since like the second week of August highs, man, shit's back like minus 80%, minus 90%. Really bad stuff.
It's
right?
fair, but we also got like what 6 months of like growing.
Oh yeah,
like
no.
Hey, I'll just remind you guys, we started this series to trade our way to one Bitcoin or 32 Ethereum.
We started at the peak.
50% drop
Yeah.
week one. So
Awesome.
it hardened.
So, you know, I agree, you know, it is just a down week, and I've been through tons of them now. Like I haven't been around as long as you guys. I've started in January 2018, so I've seen my share of shit weeks, and I've learned to deal with them better. And one of the things that Stefano was saying that I totally agree with is if you have projects that you completely believe in, then these are just buy weeks. These are totally times to buy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like I've done that. I've got like 32 axes now. I've been like farming the hell out of those little bitches.
He's building a army of X.
Like I said last week, I've also been focusing on NFTs, both minting them, drawing them. Yeah. And then,
When are you gonna start trading them?
yeah, well, I mean, seeing the growth in Axie, I'm not really in any big rush.
Trust me. Once you're gonna start looking at that, XA is a diamond right now in the NFT, because like anything
I know.
else is like
It's super.
like this.
Yeah.
There
Well,
is nothing happening basically.
well, NFTs, man, it's a total fucking bubble. I see the bubble in NFTs bigger than like DeFi because I'm an artist, you know, and you can see how overvalued so much of the bullshit art stuff is, you know.
That's true, but it's the beginning. Like it's the same thing of like the first when CryptoKitties came up in 2017, that it was like at its peak, that like they sold one of those for like what $235,000 or something like that. There are waves like that. I think that right now I agree with you. I completely agree. Like there are like some paintings that I'm seeing, like I'm sure that like people have put like values and so on, but like if you're going on OpenSea, there are people that are selling like one color square with different like tones of color. So you get purple, you get red, you get orange, and so on. It takes zero effort to do that, and they're selling that for like $30, $35 because it's an NFT. Yeah. I totally agree with you on that side. But on the other end, I think that like it's such a new industry, the NFT part, compared to anything else on the blockchain, that it needs to go through the cycles that we've seen like with cryptos. Like before Ethereum, like before smart contracts and so on, there was like all of that trading things on BTC and copycat and so on. Then you start having all the ICO, copycat craziness, jumping on random things and so on. Then you start having DeFi and staking and so on. Now you start having like NFTs. Like it's every single one goes in a cycle like that. It's normal, yeah. I would say.
But the reason that I have absolutely no problem spending more ETH on Axes is that it has a user base. It's gaining adoption. The network stats, everything is going up. You know, and like it's genius. It's like to play the game, you need to buy a character, not only one, but you need 3, right? And the new people are going to jump in and they're going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I think I'm going to start packaging up some teams. You know, like this is an entry-level team, this is a mid-level team.
Yeah.
From some of the farming that I have, Axes and.
So Jordan, sorry to cut you off, but I know if you start on Axes, you could talk for hours. You say NFTs are a bubble. What do you mean?
Well, just the valuation of some of the, go on open seas for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Stefano was saying, there's such garbage, like I had this conversation in my class with my kids today, like one kid's like, oh, somebody did a painting and they put a circle in the middle and they're selling it for like millions of dollars. And I go, yeah, like it's good on the artist for selling it for that much, but the stupid people that evaluate stuff like that, like I'm an artist, but I mean, some of the values are just so insane. And it's like, it's definitely a bubble happening. But there is use cases for NFTs other than just artistic NFTs, and there's really cool ones with animation and cool effects, and you're like, whoa, that's awesome. I could stare at that for hours. But 95% of it is not like that. So that's what I mean by a bubble. So it's just hype, and people are buying it like crazy. And, the next big dump that happens, it's going to be people just like dumping their NFTs till they're useless because they've got no use.
On that, like, there is, so I started playing like this game and like following on the NFTs things, which is the baseball championship game, and basically like the characters are NFTs. And I got like a couple of auctions about like, I don't know, 25 of those or something like that. Cause like, just testing out things, obviously. And it turned out that basically like the game that is available on Android and iOS migrate away from Ethereum. And so the NFTs that I bought are completely useless. You can't do anything whatsoever with them.
Oh.
And I discovered that obviously after buying them.
Oh dear.
Wait,
So yeah, there are situations like that. It's true. It's 100% true. You lose money on this stuff, but you test it out, you try, you see like what you like and what you don't.
All right, thank you very much for watching, people. We hope you've learnt something, taken something away from today's episode. We'll be back with some review projects in the next couple of days. Thank you, guys. I know it's been a long day for you both. Thank you for jumping on, getting this out for everyone, and we'll see you all soon.
Everyone.
One BTC and 32 ETH.